Hello everyone. My name is Sara. I'm part of this wonderful NeuroLove team, and every day we have new exciting workshops for you. Today we're gonna play a little bit with technology. We're gonna be creative. We're gonna create new live experiences with augmented reality. Uh, so um, yeah, to start, actually, we're gonna first have 2 minutes of silence at 11, and we're gonna observe that with a slide on. So feel free to join, and if you have some extra time now before we start, maybe you can create your own account. We're gonna be using this time Blipper software. So it's a platform. You should be able to access it on your computer and just create an account. Um, it's just going to ask you your email and maybe name, email, and a password, and then you need to confirm your email. But yeah, while we wait, you can do that, and feel free to join me in observation of 2 minutes of silence. Thank you. Right. So welcome back, and whoever joined, you're very much welcome. So we will be today talking. We will talk about augmented reality, and we're going to do a few experiences or blips, which are made in Blipper. On the Blipper platform, we're going to be using very simple computing, so you don't need to be scared with the fancy name or technology. I'm going to lead you through the whole process, so don't worry about that. Today we're recorded and we are live streaming on YouTube and on Facebook. Later on Instagram TV, I think. So you have plenty of opportunities to ask questions, and if you would like to do so on Zoom, you can just enter it in the chat, or on YouTube, I have a tablet here to follow that as well. So if you have questions, I'm gonna address them probably with a few minutes delay. What I would like to say before we start is we're going to be doing a demo, and I'm going to be leading you through creating an AR experience. If you feel you want to follow and create your own experience, you're welcome to use your own laptop or computer and using your account on Blipper. So Blipper is a platform again, and we're going to they allow you to create those experiences very easily. So it would be great if you would create an account on Blipper, but if you don't want to do that, it's perfectly fine. You can also do it later if you don't have your laptop here or some other technical issue is around. So just feel free to watch the recording later and do it in your own time. So right. So this slide actually shows you how to create an account in Blipper. It's easy two-step process. You just need to put your first name, your last name, an email, figure out your password, and make sure you click on this drop-down menu that you're going to be using it for personal or educational reasons. You're going to be entitled to have a free trial and some options that you can use, which we're going to use today. So if you have a few minutes, it would be great to do that account and follow this workshop and create something for yourself as well. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to do that, maybe like 3 minutes, mainly because this platform is going to send a confirmation email to your inbox. So go back and confirm your email so you can use it. If you have any questions about how to create an account, I'll be here to answer it. And I might be saying a few words about what augmented reality actually is. So go and make your account, and we will continue in 2 minutes, okay? Right, so what I could say before you finish, Blipper is a marketing company. So the whole AR idea started with marketing, so that your Coca-Cola bottle or your can of baked beans can actually show you some interactive content while you're cooking or whatever. When you buy your Coca-Cola, you might actually want to play a game or see a new filter on your face. So that way of rewarding their customers is really popular now in marketing. However, we can also use it for education, and we can use it for our own creativity and maybe make our house a bit more interactive, have wall art that pops out our favorite music, or maybe even postcards. which actually show a gallery of all the images you took on your vacation. That would be really fun, wouldn't it? So we're going to start with a little introduction about AR. So I'm sure many of you recognize these. So if you were around, 5, 6 years ago, there was this big app that half the planet downloaded. And that was the first start of augmented reality from mainstream. It's Pokemon Go, and it was actually based on location. You would walk around and you would see Pokemons coming up on your screen through your camera. So it actually combines real environment, you see reality through your phone, and it adds a few digital elements like Pokemons. We can actually create those digital elements, and we can maybe add a bit of our own creativity into it. So if you want to walk around and see flowers, or if you want to walk around and see little butterflies, we can do all that through augmented reality. Later, we also saw some useful apps that also use augmented reality. So here we have in the middle, that's a translation tool, Google Translate. And now they have an option where you just use your camera and scan the text that you actually want to translate. That's much faster than actually trying to type something, or in this case, if it's in other alphabet, this is Russian. If you don't have those characters on your phone, how do you actually translate something like that? So yeah, augmented reality in your phone comes really handy now, and you can directly translate something. We've tried it a few weeks ago, and it works great with English and Chinese and more popular languages, but I believe some other languages need a little bit tweaking still. And now the most popular one, filters. Filters are very popular on Instagram, on Snapchat, and on other platforms. Everyone is sharing them, everyone's using them, but I'm sure not many people know how it works. So what you're actually using on those filters is technology called augmented reality. It actually scans your face and recognizes where your eyes are, where your mouth is, those things that move, and then applies a layer of images, color, or even like glasses or something on top of that. And it follows this image, our eyes or our mouth, and you have an illusion of having a different face, having glasses, hats, different color, better skin, flower crowns, and who knows what. It's possible to create your own filters. We're probably going to do that in one of other sessions, but we're going to start with very simple AR, which means we're going to use this technology that recognizes an image. That image can be your face, where your eyes are and where your mouth is. And we're going to apply something on top. Instead of using your own face, we're going to be using images. So you can have an image of Billie Eilish, and we can add a layer of music on top, or maybe images, galleries, or whatever we feel could enrich our experience, right? So augmented reality. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to say, if you actually use all the filters and everything on Instagram and Snapchat, you might as well follow us on Instagram and see all the news for new workshops. It's called Neuro Champions. That's our profile. We regularly have reminders of workshops, so you'll never forget about new yoga session or dance or tree of life, something about anxiety, these technology ones, dancing. We have, I think, two workshops weekly for dance and 2 for yoga. So a lot of fun stuff. Make sure you add that to your list of profiles you follow. So back to augmented reality. This is how it's going to look like in future. So without a big idea of how technology actually works, what kind of programming is behind it, just look at these images and think a little bit about how your life is going to look like if you go through the street and you see all those signs for McDonald's, for the US Bank, and some sites, maybe museums. If it's following you through with some directions like that, would it be easier for you to find what you need? Or maybe it would be more distracting. There are, of course, positive and negative sides of everything. It can also help us a lot. Maybe on the bottom right, you can see IKEA app, which is quite popular. It uses this technology to add furniture in the exact size it is, exact color as well, to your room or your environment, just like Pokemons on the app. And then you can see, does this piece of furniture fit your room, and maybe helps you buy it. That could actually make our life easier, because if you order something and it's too big, too small, not a good color, there's a lot of cost of returning. And I think for that company, it's much better to allow customers this kind of experience than to make us return our sofas 3 times. Something that might be closer to you, on the left bottom, we have AR that's been used for fashion. So how that works is you enter a shop like Zara or H&M or whatever else. They have a big mirror in either in a fitting rooms or somewhere else. You stand in front of that mirror, and then a camera recognizes your arms, your legs, and where you're positioned, and then applies a layer of clothing exactly where it should be on your body. So you would see how it fits you, technically, exactly which colors they have. Maybe you look better in the blue one. So it would really save you some time. It will be interactive, fun, and it will again help you buy it. So that we might see really soon in shops. Then, of course, there are other fields like construction and medicine. Maybe a little bit more time, and we'll see that too. But what I would like you to think about is actually the possibilities this offers. So augmented reality really just means that we will apply another layer on our reality, expand. So to augment something, it means to have another expand layer of additional material or media or whatever we add. So what would you like to see in the future on top of our streets, or on top, overlaid on our streets or your view, or maybe in your textbooks or on the television? What would you like to see? Think about that for a little bit. You can also write it in the comments. I would like to see what you're thinking. I think I can somehow follow this in YouTube one. If not, I'll definitely go through comments and maybe address them in the next session. But let's see where we are right now with this technology, okay? We have a little picture of how it works, how it looks like, and what it actually is. It's just a technology that allows you to see reality through your phone with some extra elements. Extra elements can really be Pokemons, can be a filter on your face, can be additional video that you see from your textbook, or whatever you decide to put, okay? You don't have to be limited by apps and designs from other people. You can create it yourself. That's what we're going to do today, okay? So on this picture that you see on the slide now, I wanted to show you where we are in terms of this big continuum, so specter, from VR, which is that with goggles when you see a full digital environment, all the way to actual reality, what you see through a window. On the left, you can see a window. So right now I can see my living room and sofas and tables. And if I would actually move a little bit to augmented reality, I would be able to use my phone and see that same living room, but maybe with, I don't know, a few butterflies or a giraffe or something, flying around. And that would be through my phone. That would be my actual reality I see on my camera, just with added elements. Then we also have augmented virtuality. That is when you actually have different environments. So you are somewhere in space, or you're in underwater, or you're on Machu Picchu, or in a museum. You're not where you actually are. So your environment is different. And you see a few realistic elements from your environment, like your cup of coffee or something. You can go through a museum with your own cup of coffee. Your cup of coffee is from your reality, and the museum is from virtual reality. So virtual reality means that we have everything programmed, everything digital. You cannot really say what is realistic or not, and for that you need goggles, right? So I hope that's a little bit clearer now. What I want to show you is what we're going to do today. So we're going to be in this augmented reality bit, and we're going to be using our phones, simply because not everyone has goggles, and this is technology that's going to be accessible to everyone. We're going to try to create something that we can open on our phones, and I'm going to actually show you in the end what we've created. I would really like if you would be able to join in and create your own material as we go. So something that you find interesting, something that you would like to overlay with additional photos or videos or music even. So here we see a little animation. That's a real image behind, and it actually starts a little video, something interactive, something different. So this is a final slide of theory, of explaining you what we're going to do before we actually jump in. If you've joined sometime later, it would be good to have this Blipper account to be able to follow and create your own experience as we go. You're going to have enough time to create your own things, so I'm hoping that you join with your accounts. You can also watch it later. It's going to be recorded and then added to NeuroLove platform, so you can easily press pause and maybe explore a few more features as we go, and then create on. So you can always stop me or mute me and do your own thing. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to create something new. Really, creativity is the most important thing here. There are many apps which cover like animals and science and whatever you can think of, but you and your individual view of the world can actually be shown through this app. So show us who you really are, what you really like, what's your thing, and make it live, make it come to life, okay? Without a lot of explanation. You don't need to say, I like this singer, she's really good, she sings this song and that song, and then try to sing it. You can actually have it on a little photo where it will start music, where it will start everything. And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to create an AR experience with Billie Eilish. I'm sure you've heard about her. She's a young star who actually, she's taken over the world with her talent, and I think she's still very humble about it, and experiences a lot of new things at the moment. So she's still herself, and I really like the first song she come up with, and since then I kind of started following. So if you know, Billie Eilish will be creating an experience on this image. If that's not your thing, absolutely fine. You can download image from your favorite singer. You can download image of something else. It can be landscape if you like, or an animal, or your pet, or your family, or whatever you like. What we'll be doing is using that image, that first image that we download, maybe this one, that's a trigger. Trigger is what starts the experience, what is actually telling our phone to start all the videos and everything we added. So if I scan this, it's gonna bring up everything that we did, okay? I could actually show you how it works before we start, so that you can see how what's possible with this platform, and maybe come up with your own ideas as we go. I will try to, 1 second. I will try to, I will try to cast now my phone so that you see, what's going on. How do we do it? It was yours. Yes. Okay. Let's see if this will work. Right. I'll just need a little minute. If you have any questions, or I'm going too fast, or something doesn't work, feel free to actually put a comment on, and I'll show you then. Right, so right, so I can now share my screen. This one. Right, so this is my phone, and I will show you a Blipper app. So it actually opens your camera, right? And you can scan things like this printout that I have. This is an example, and it opens an experience with a gallery, maybe this is a web page that tells everything about Billie Eilish. If someone asks me about her, I could just go and check. There's a gallery of images, Instagram, Spotify, even her birthday, which can be added to your calendar. So that's one option of what we can do. I will now stop sharing that and maybe switch back to my screen when I open Blipper. So now we're gonna go to Blipper and create our own thing. If you have your account, please go and open it. You will see a screen. Oh wait, screen like this. Wait, I'll share now. Right. So if you can see my screen now, it is Blipper platform. After you logged in, you can see your blips. I have a few here in the folder because these are the ones that I do for NeuroLove. You can create a new project. It's like a folder of your experiences if you want to have 5 or 6 on the same topic. What you want to do is create an app AR. App AR means that this experience will be seen through the phone, through the Blipper app. Blipper app is orange and it looks like this. That's Blipper app. You can download it to see in the end what you've created. So we're going to start with app AR. It gives you 2 options. We're going to start from scratch and we're going to use a trigger. Trigger image, again, is something in real life that you have that you can scan that's going to open all the other overlays or media that we put on top. So trigger. Let's pick a trigger. Right, so we have here quite a few. I've downloaded like images from Google. So you can do the same. Just go and find images of something that you like and save them in a folder so that you can use them. It's really easy to create a AR experience once you have everything already there. So I'm going to use this image right here as a trigger, or maybe something else. I have a full, yeah, maybe let's use something else. I have a full folder of Billie Eilish images. For this purpose, I don't usually have folders of images like that, but we can use, let's say, which one do you like? Somewhere where she's smiling. Maybe, yeah, well, let's use this one. This is cool. So we can call this blip, right? You can see what I did. This is one trigger image that I've added. You can add up to 20 different things. So you have 20 different greeting cards that you've sent to your family and you want all of them to play same video of you singing. You can add 20 images. Image can be something you've downloaded from Google. It can also be something that you just took a photo of. So how is that useful? If I want my t-shirt to start a song when someone scans it, I will take a picture of my t-shirt. That picture can be a trigger. So whatever you take a photo of can start an experience. Keep that in mind and try to find an image and put it in as a trigger. If you have any issues, please put it in the chat, or I still need to figure out how to see the YouTube ones. Hmm. All right, maybe like this. Have you put your trigger on? You need to see a screen like this. It needs to be there. You can name it somehow, and when you're done with that, you can click continue. It will open a full dashboard. Oh, okay. We don't have no questions in YouTube. I can see now questions, so if you have any trouble, just send a message. This, what we see now, is a screen that actually you create all your wonders in. This is your dashboard, and this grid actually shows what happens on top of your image. Okay. So what we're going to do is maybe let's find a few images. We've imagined already what we want to overlay our Billie Eilish or our nature with, and maybe I want to expand it with a few more images of Billie Eilish, right? How this platform works is that you have two tabs, one on each side. The left one, so this, has all the options of what you can import, what you can put on top of your image. It can be 3D objects like this. I'll show you. So it's just drag and drop. If I put it here, we have this cube that's right on top of our Billy, and we can delete it. So we have 3D objects, we have text or sphere maps, or whatever we wish to create. It really offers a lot of options, even shapes like this. Then on the next tab, on that left, on the left screen, you have widgets, which are actually all the interactive buttons that you can add. Interactive buttons as in links to Twitter or videos or Spotify links, just like you see on what I've demonstrated. I have a few of those. So maybe link to Instagram accounts, galleries, and stuff like that. And we create all that by uploading our own material. So that's the third little bit on the left side, right? We can add our own images, our videos, even 3D objects. If you are into creating models, you can create a model of Earth or whatever else you want and put it on top of an image, which means that when you show someone a picture, they can scan it and see your full 3D model on their phone. That's quite cool. So at some point when we when we start creating, we can also go through 3D images. Imagine a little bit, what would you like to put on top of your blip? Right, so do you have all the media that you need from Google or from your folders for personal collections somewhere where you can access them? Right? We will now import a few more images of Billie Eilish here on the left. So I'm going to click browse and just select all the images that I want to have in this blip. Okay. So for those who just joined, we have big dashboard in front of us on Blipper, and we are creating a blip on Billie Eilish. So it's just an example. You can use your own examples or create something that is really reflecting your interests. So I'll click browse, and it's opening a folder with all the images of Billie Eilish that I have. So maybe I'll select a few like this. Yeah, that should be enough. And now that's gonna be uploaded to Blipper, right? Your images are safe as long as you don't share it with random people. So if you, yeah, it usually has a problem with uploading a few, but if you upload them again, they work. Yeah. So now we have all the images on that side. What I was saying before, your images are safe on their server, but make sure you're careful with what you're putting. So don't ever share, no matter where, not in AR or social media, stuff that you wouldn't be comfortable sharing in front of your mom or someone. So keep that in mind when you're creating everything. Create something that's fun, that's interesting for other people maybe, and share it with your friends then. What we're going to do now is add images on top of our Billie Eilish trigger, okay? How we do that? We can simply drag and drop. That's one option. So if I just drag and drop it, it will show up on this blip. Then, so for everything that we put on our dashboard, we can edit it, we can adjust, right? So you can see here that we have some options on the left side. We have this one that we're currently using, which is move. So I can just move it around or use these arrows to move it in a perfect line. And you can also see that this is a 3D dashboard. So if you use the little cube on the side, you see here, you can turn it around and see where it is in space. I'm telling you that because you can have some things on top of other things. So you use this move button to move it a little bit closer to you. So how close to your face does it come when you scan your image? See, we're a bit lost in our dashboard now, so we can maybe click this home button. Home button will take us straight to the original view. Okay, let's also make it a bit smaller. That's the second button on the left, sorry, on the right, and it will, we use these little side handles to adjust the size of it, right? And then we can move it again. What is really cool with this layout in Blipper is that on the left side, you always have things that you can import or put on your experience, and on the right side, you have options for it, right? It's like Adobe Suite. So you have on the right side all the options that you can change for that specific image. It can be on layout, you have numbers and specifics on where to place it. Then you have action buttons, like what happens when you click on that image. And also you can change the color of it or whatever else, right? We're not going to go in depth with that today because that's going to be a topic for one of the other sessions that we have. So we have a picture of Billie Eilish here, but problem is, what if I want to have 16 pages, 16 images of her on the same slide? What then? It doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. So I'm going to delete them and show you something that we can do that helps this. We go to widgets now, not on uploads, but to widgets, which is on the left side, a second tab. And we're going to use gallery. Gallery is a set of images, right? So that might help me with my problem of not being able to fit that many images of Billie Eilish at the moment. We've actually imported gallery, but now we cannot really drag and drop images into that gallery, but we can edit what happens with the gallery. That's on the right side, right? Right-hand side, properties of the gallery, right? So we're gonna add up to 15 images. Great, that's all right. So I'm gonna add this one, maybe that one. You can add them in a different order as well. But most of the time it's just gonna, oh, which one I'm missing? This one. It's just gonna randomly pick which one it shows. Right, so we have a gallery now. Maybe, do you wanna see how that looks like now? Or actually, we're tight with time. Let's do this. Let's add a few more widgets and then we'll see what we've created, okay? Widgets on the left side. Let's see what we can link. I'm thinking, since she's a singer, maybe add her Spotify. If you have a Spotify account, that is a platform that actually plays all your playlists and has all the globally known singers and bands to play. It's like a streaming site. So since a lot of people use Spotify to find their bands, I'm gonna have a link from this image to my Spotify so that I don't have to click all over my phone to find it. It's gonna be right there on that image. I'm gonna do that by drag and dropping this Spotify widget. I'm gonna place it down, and then don't forget, I need to link it with her actual Spotify so this program knows what we're opening. That would be in actions. So you have layout, actions, and what's the last one? Custom analytics, basic properties. Never mind. You need action on touch. So that's the main thing you're actually looking at. What happens when you click on this Spotify button? What's gonna happen is we're gonna need we need her username or URL. URL is a link to this Spotify. We can find it when we Google her Spotify, and up there is a link. Maybe I copy that and maybe I can paste it right here, okay? Spotify username or link, paste it right here. If you're following with your own creation, make sure you've clicked on the right link and that you've added the link to this Spotify button, otherwise it won't work. You always need to think and create actually action for those buttons, otherwise it doesn't know where to take you. Okay, Spotify is there and ready. Maybe we can add, what could we add? Her Instagram account. I know she's very active on her Instagram. Maybe we've just dragged and dropped Instagram widget from the left side, and it's again on our dashboard. Maybe we can place it here. Maybe change the color of this. On the right hand side, you have a lot of options, including these colors, background colors. It can be pink, or it can be, yeah, maybe pink. Ooh, white. Yeah, I'll leave it like this. So it's now nice and pretty, Instagram. And it has this label. Label is what it says on the button. We can change that to NeuroLove if we want. We can change that to some other word that you like, or just say, well, I'll leave it with Instagram. And then what did I say? Don't forget to link that button to Instagram account. So her Instagram account is here. This is the link. You can also just copy her name. That will work too. And now blip builder. I'm pasting it here, and that should work. You can also test the link to see if you've copied the right thing. It's going to take you exactly where it would take you when you click the button. Okay, now we have Spotify and Instagram and a gallery of images. Do we have any wishes? What would you like to add? I have enough time to add one more thing, so if you have wishes, feel free to add. What would you like to see? Keep in mind we have more Fridays and more sessions, so this will continue. Maybe we can add a calendar. That is a fun one. So if you've been creating greeting card or maybe birthday card, you might use the calendar option. Calendar option gives us calendar event. So when you click on it with your phone, it will try to create calendar event for a birthday or for whatever you want. Let's see what we could put. Event title could be AR workshop. And it will remind us that on the 15th of May 2020, there's gonna be, oh, not in Central Time, maybe if we put it, Right, can't scroll it on this computer. It will start at 11. So yeah, sorry, we're back to our calendar. AR workshop next week on Friday at 11 o'clock. It's for 1 hour, and event location is neurolove.org. There we go. Okay, so that's a calendar input. Let's say don't forget. That's how we named it. Oh, spelling errors. Right. Maybe that can be green or blue. Blue. And I will resize it a little bit. Right. So those are the 3 buttons that we've created and a gallery of images. Looks quite cool, I have to say. How's your work going on? Are you managing to add a few bits? It doesn't have to be perfect. Just to remind you, this is recorded and you can come back to it and do another one and practice. And also ask me how to create certain things. I'm available for all your questions now or later next week. So let's try to see what we've created, okay? It's relatively simple one, but I think it's going to be fun to explore. So what's important to know with Blipper is that you have a save, you have a preview and publish option, these 2 options. We're going to be using preview because if you click on publish, it's going to try to charge you £10, I think, for this blip, which we don't need, right? We will go back. Yeah. We'll go back, right? We're using preview option. That's like a test option, which you can use with certain codes to access. We're not a marketing company. We're not using this for commercial purposes. So there's really no need to pay for this. What we're going to do is click preview. That's the way we're going to publish our things. And it's going to ask us about test codes. Test code is when you open the app, it's got an option to add a test code. It's like an access password, which means that you can only open media that you added if you have that code, which is quite cool actually if you think about sharing your images or your triggers with some friends and you want to keep it a little bit down, or you want to have special ones for your family. So let's add a test code. Our test code can be NeuroLove. Right, so that's our test code. Cool thing is you can add several. You can add up to 10 different codes and they will all work with the same blip that you've created. So when you click continue, it gives us a review of what we're currently doing. Review is that we have this trigger image, which then starts all the fun stuff. And we have a test code, NeuroLove. So if I say publish to test, click. Yes, it says your blip is in test, which means that I can access it through my phone, right? Let's see now what we created. Moment of truth. So I'm gonna try to share my phone again. Wait. Right, I need a minute to do this again. And review, you can review and follow this with your own creation. Let's see. Yes, good. So I'm going to project my phone again and try to yes, no? Is it? Oof, right. It's still connecting. Okay, we'll give it a 1 minute. Or maybe I'll try again. Yeah. yeah, we still have 12 minutes. So make sure you've added to your blip everything you want to add, maybe photos. You can also add audio. I'm going to talk about that next week. But let's see now if this connects, hopefully. It worked a minute ago, but now. Oh. Right. Okay, if it doesn't work, what we're gonna do is I might actually I'll save the image and try to test it on a different device. Just a sec. Okay. Yeah, it's not connecting. That's technology for you. Right, let's try one more time and then I'll admit defeat. Let's try to cast. So cast in. Yes. Fun stuff with technology, but yeah. So what I wanted to do is I wanted you to create your own image. When you do that, all you need to, right, I'm done with this. What you need to do when you've created your own image is to start Blipper. Yeah, so start Blipper. That's an app on your phone. And when you do that, this is going to be a fun little tutorial. Hope you can see this. Yeah, so this is how Blipper looks like. That's my camera, and this is just my finger on it so you can see it better. On the top left corner, you have settings. When you click settings, it looks like, like this. You want to enter test codes. So when you click on that, it opens this little like view. Wait 1 second, chat. Yeah, thank you, Naomi. You can see this little drop-down menu. And that's where you need to write NeuroLove or whatever your code is. When you do that, you click confirm, and that's all you need. Your phone now has a password for us. So, just 1 sec. Right, that's what we have now. We have, you know that there's a password active because it will tell you on the main screen what the password is. Now, lucky I have that many technology devices. What I'm gonna do is our trigger image, remember? I'm gonna try to scan it with the phone and show you what we come up with. Hopefully internet allows this. Zoom plus Blipper plus everything can be a bit difficult. Let's check on the other one. Right, so other one is working. It's not internet. This is the old one. So I have NeuroLove code and I scan it. And it shows all the things that I've actually added before, but works the same. Gallery works with these two buttons on the side. You can see me. So when you click on that, it changes the image. No, difficult to navigate this, right? So when you click on images, it changes the image. Come on. Yeah, so changes the image, one from our gallery, so it's going to rotate our images. What else we have here is that birthday birthday button that we've added. So if you can see, wait, it's attempting to create a calendar input. So to add to our calendars, Billie Eilish's birthday or new workshop or whatever you want to add. Quite useful. Then we have Instagram. When I click on Instagram, it opens Instagram account of Billie Eilish. Super fun. And we also have Spotify. So Spotify opens in my Spotify app. It's like a speed dial. It's really useful to have it maybe on a wall. So what I would do with this, I would make a poster out of it. I would put it on the wall and scan it when I'm doing something and just pick a song that I like. So that's how this works. I'm really sorry that the original one didn't work. It might be internet, or it might be something that I forgot to click. Last try. No. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a video, like a screen recording when internet becomes a bit better, and I'll show you how it works. Now we still have 5 more minutes. So what I wanna share with you is something else. So a few more ideas, just that, of what you can put. And then I want you to imagine a little bit more what you could do with this and maybe try to create something new. Right, I will share my screen for the last time, I promise. And right, and let's see some uses, some ideas of what we can do with this. So as you can see up there, you can actually create a live business card where from your old traditional card, it pops out with you telling all about yourself or those Instagram accounts or LinkedIn or call or whatever option you find useful in that way. And this is what AR is really excelling at. So street art or traditional art, museums are now integrating that. So we have walls of art that actually come to life as we scan it. So when you would actually want to go to a museum and scan everything there, if there is more art to see, more videos, something interactive to do. And you can do that with your drawings. So if you follow Art Group by Clara, yeah, I think it's Carla. Carla leads art group on NeuroLove. So if you join us, every week we create a new art piece. You can actually put them all in AR and make a little album of your artwork, and then also send it to your family or back to us, and we'll be really happy to see what you've created. So try to use this tool. It's not really that difficult. I know it's a lot to take in one go, but that's why we have it recorded, so you can come back, pause, and maybe explore a little bit more of what you can do with this tool. There's another idea. If you're not that into art and maybe like Instagram influencing or news or that type of media, you can create one page that looks like newspaper, front page or magazine, and then create